Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Saturday night smoke show. That's what we're calling this. And it is Canadian night tonight. Got a whole bunch of, well, as you can see on the box, it's kind of what's in there. The gear is right. That's all, I think. Should most likely is what I'm thinking. Well, what I was told is it's just random menus in here. So, regardless, it's new IMPs in the bags, and that in itself is good enough. Absolutely. Because they're virtually impossible to get here in the United States and in Canada, for that matter. They're having everybody I know that cares to get them up there is having a hard time getting their hands on these as well. So, it's not like there's a surplus of these things floating around anymore, and it's also not like it used to be. It used to be you could get your hands on some, and I think I'm just spitballing here. I'm going to say that maybe Ukraine, the stuff going on there, has something to do with that. I think in most cases rations have gotten harder to get. They've most certainly got more expensive, but also, I think that's part of the result of them being harder to get. Not only because of the absolutely insane inflation that we're dealing with on a daily basis, but also, on top of that, they're just, the supply and demand issue. They're not out there to get. So, hey, Mike. Hey, Marilyn. Hey, Cliff. Hey, Jeremiah. What's going on, man? Hey, K-Man's here. Good to see you, my dude. I know. One of these, I'm going to send you one of these. Tonight, after we get done, I think I'm going to throw a couple boxes up here on the table, and I'm going to venture off for a second to grab something or something, and I think I'm going to try to pack a couple boxes for a couple people, and then get those shipped out Monday. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. I mean, it's working right now. But yeah, I was having connectivity issues a little bit. It seemed like whenever I was trying to get everything set up and get it started, I was getting loading screens loading black screens for extended periods of time, and then it would finally load up. But it seemed like I wasn't going to be able to live stream. So I had him. He just bought a brand new Xbox. So I'm thinking maybe that's got something to do with it. I don't know if it's pulling more internet. I don't know if it's using more connection or what the deal is with that. All right. Now, I think first things first, let's... I was going to say, should we open the box first and then... I don't know. Hang on a second. Let me go through something. I need to make a post really quick, too. Hang on. Let me take a picture real quick with the camera. It's good enough. And go to YouTube real quick. And I guess you guys can look at my ugly mug while I make this post. Oh, and, hang on. Let me flip that back around for a second. So I have sent out some emails and some messages. I have not gotten any answer back because I guess I didn't do it till yesterday evening. But, which we'll talk about this at the end. I'm still having the consistent things that I'm seeing on a nightly basis. I've got like 13 or 14 different nights, maybe. I don't even know. Honestly, I don't know how many nights. I haven't counted them up. But it's been going on for a minute. At least 2 weeks, and I've probably caught, maybe longer than that now. Maybe 3 weeks. Because it seems like I've got at least I'm going to say between 10 and 14 nights of different nights of it happening. I don't know what the heck's going on. I've thought about just firing up the live stream and doing a live stream in the middle of the night. You know, it'd be between 2:30 and typically between 2:30 and 3:30. Typically, I've seen them after 3:30, but it just depends. All right, YouTube. Grab my link real quick. Okay. Create a post. Select more photos. And I did try to transfer some over to my old phone so you guys could see them. At least see some of what I'm seeing so I can share that with you. The stupid Mothman Festival's going on right now. My old lady went down there, so that's where she's at right now. Okay, post done. All right. Okay. Well, talking about the IMPs, individual meal packs. They are the Canadian version of the MRE. You know, I think, as far as I can tell, it seems like America kind of is the innovator when it comes to how MREs and rations have been packed for, let's say, I would say a solid 100 years now that we have been ahead of the game. And Canada usually, typically, from what I've seen, is kind of right behind us. They kind of pick up where we leave off. Although they have done their own thing when it comes to the IMPs, being different from the MREs with the bag style especially. Because, well, up until 2020, I do believe, was the first year. Is this... Somebody in the chat correct me if I'm wrong. 2020 was the first year for the changing over to the plastic bag, resealable as well, which I think that's something that would kind of be a good thing. You know, I really don't know. I feel like there's got to be a more efficient way to package a lot of this stuff, or, you know, do double meals that are all in one bag. That way, maybe at least we're eliminating one of the MRE bags. There's just so much plastic in the world, man, that and I don't know how well it really recycles. I'm not really sure on that. But according to them, the reason that they went with the new style bag is it made it slightly lighter in weight. Okay, but I'll tell you, it also made it waterproof. So that in itself, I don't know if you guys have ever seen G. Schultz's. He did a water test. He basically put a brown paper bag IMP. This was years ago. This was probably, I don't know, 5 to 7 years ago. I remember when he did it, but I don't remember when that was. But he submerged one of those bags in his sink, and, well, needless to say, it didn't fare very well, because, I mean, it's legit a paper bag, like with an aluminum lining. It did absolutely fill it up with water, and you know, not too many times is it going to be in the position of that, and most of the food inside is going to survive, most, if not all, except maybe if there's like some packets of salt or something like that. It just something in a paper packet. Even most of the candy bars would survive that as long as they don't have any pinholes in their packaging. So, you know, I don't know how big a deal it is that it's waterproof, but I do like that aspect of it. I mean, I think that's a good thing. And I also think, now this isn't proven yet, but I do think that that's going to extend the shelf life of the IMP. You know, most of you guys in here are familiar with seeing the reviews of vintage IMPs, and typically vintage IMPs do not and have not held up as well as MREs. But I think this new bag style is going to change the game. Okay. I don't know what menus are in here in this box, but I say let's find out. I got distracted by the chat for a second. All right. Now, I am going to flip this over because it has my actual home address on it. Oh, man. Yeesh. Stuff on my shelf has shifted a lot. I don't know what just fell. I think it was a piece of candy or gum or something. As you can see, most likely a post office or someone working for the post office has definitely done some damage, and you can see there's actually some damage done to one of the IMPs inside. I don't know how deep that goes. I don't know, but they, like, how do you do this? Like, you're just supposed to be moving these boxes and handling with somewhat care. I mean, you can be pretty rough with a box and not do this type of crap to it. You know, stacking it inside of an airplane, stacking it inside of a truck, this still shouldn't happen. This is careless and sometimes I think malicious. I think they're literally doing these types of things on purpose, or you know, just being frustrated. I don't know what their deal is. I have gotten boxes that I am convinced that they drop kicked them like a punt kick. I mean, just dropped the box and just straight kicked it. I got a box from Housel in Germany one time, and this is one of the boxes I'm talking about that I'm pretty sure that someone at some point in time in its journey decided to punt kick it. So yeah, it's just, this is uncalled for, unnecessary. We got a pretty good size dent / hole here, and then there's another one over on the other side, but I can't really show that one to you. Oh, I can flip it over like this though, and then there's another one right here and right here, and then it looks like, I don't know what happened right here, like something round. But all right, let's find out what we got going on inside of here. Some good tape. Ooh. Thick tape. All right. Now, let's see what we got in here. Well, maybe. There we go. Now, hopefully, like I said, that didn't take too much damage. Let's just take a look at it first. So that is our beef ravioli. And you can see what I'm talking about with the new bags. Most of you guys are familiar with these. There might be someone who isn't, though. They got a nice little handy QR code on them that takes you directly to their Facebook page. Military ration, not for resale, not for sale. And they've also started to print the nutritional facts on the back so that they could eliminate the boxes or the pieces of paper or cards or whatever that they printed the nutritional facts on. So, all right, so we got a menu 19 of beef ravioli. Next, we have a menu number 12, pulled pork. One of my favorites. Seriously, one of my favorites. This one's yep, still comes with the date square. Kind of a different type of dessert thing. Next up, oh, what's that? What is this? Oh, look at that. That is slick. Yeah. My son loves cards too. Like, he's really into cards. He got into, well, I don't know. He's been doing it for a long time. I don't want to mess him up, because they are still in order. But they are CT. Mr. Trucker. Cards. Nice little Canadian maple leaf on there. That's super cool, man. I don't have anything that I've branded myself. I need to do that. Some merch. Need to get that done. Oh, I didn't even pay attention to what the menu was. I got distracted. Beef and vegetable stew. Freaking love this menu. The ones that I've had out of the paper bags, I'm sure this is similar to the same. Running out of room. Guess I could put it back. We got chili, and Canadian chili out of the IMPs is probably my favorite chili that I have encountered over the years of having different chilies. Chili con carne, whatever. This is how I like chili. Slight spice, lots of meat. It's freaking awesome. All right. And the pizza pasta. Menu 14. So we got a 14, 20, 13. So we got 13, 14, 19, and 20 over there. What else we got here? It's 19. What's this one? So we got 12, 13, 14, 19, 20. 12, 13, 14, 19, 20. Try to remember that. 12, 13, 14, 19, 20. All right. To the other half. Smoked meat with mustard sauce. This is like, well, definitely when it comes to the Western countries, I would say one of the most fancy dishes that this and the, what was the lamb one? Wow, I got a brain fart. Lamb. Oh, somebody help me out in the comments, in the chat. Lamb. That was the other fancy dish. What menu is that? That's menu number 10. Here we have a spaghetti and meatballs. You know, honestly, not bad. Definitely way better than the American version. Canada just whoops our rations butt at every turn, in my personal opinion. They really do it just better up there. I wish we would get our mains up to the standard that these mains are. Ooh, sausage and hash browns. That's a good menu as well. Menu number 4. That one definitely doesn't belong in this case. All right, there's a couple, right? What menus are these supposed to be in this box? And we got some Indian chicken, menu 17. And Southwest Chipotle Chicken. Is that what the paper one that I have up here is? Where did it go? I don't even know what I've done with it. That's menu number 9. Southwestern Chipotle Chicken. I have no clue what I've done with that. IMP. Is it back here? Oh, yeah, it is. I dumped it off whenever we started. Yeah, Southwestern Chipotle Chicken. So there's a direct comparison. Menu number 9, menu number 9. They're still the same menu. This is only 1 year apart. This is a 2019 and this is a 2020. So, although I do not see a year on the outside of this ration. Did they stop putting a year on them? Is there a date code on the outside of this thing somewhere? Huh. Oh, right here. Duh. Right there. IMP 20. That would mean they're just going to put the year right there on the back like that from here on out, I guess. It took me a second. I seen it on the one that I got from. I got one from. Somebody sent me one, and I can't remember who it was. It was Bourbon Street Joe, I believe. Bourbon Street Joe. Definitely want to subscribe to his channel. Trucker's channel. You get Smitty's channel. Who else is in Canada? LC doesn't have a channel that I know of. That bag's rough looking, ain't it? It's kind of like the coating either rubbed off or didn't get printed correctly. It's just this, yeah, spaghetti one. Water is the number 1 ingredient. Number 2 ingredient, beef meatballs. And beef is the main ingredient in that. That's what you want to see. As far as like preservatives and stuff, obviously there's going to be not much, really. Wow. I'm not seeing really any. I don't see any preservatives in there, do you? Oh yeah, that old commercial with the old lady. They tried to bring that back recently. And I saw they did a special on, I think it was that commercial they used on, I think it was Family Guy. And I think it was just, that Grey Poupon. That's one of I could have swore I seen something about the beef commercial, though, recently. Now I got to pick a menu. All right, we got the Southwestern Chipotle Chicken, which I think I've had this one a few times. I'm pretty sure I have. I think it's like a chicken breast, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't it? I'm pretty sure. Huh. I don't think I've got Indian chicken. I don't even think I got that one. Oh, I do. Duh. All right, 16, 17, 9, 4. So 4, 9, 10, 16, 17. Let me get the marker out here. Four, 9, 10, 16, and 17. All right. Let me see what other menus we got here real quick. said them before, but now I don't remember. It's 14. $12. 20. 13. I'll just have to put it right here. And 19. So we've got 4, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 19, and 20. All right. Spaghetti and Meatballs hasn't been reviewed yet of the 2020s. Mathematics 101. That is 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that is 10. Yep. Spaghetti. Let's see. I almost kind of wish... Oh, hey. By the way, thanks for the super chat, Smitty. Smitty is really the one that took the initiative to start compiling all of the Canadian menus for as far back as possible. He's used every video that he can find. I'm sure of it. I mean, every one that he's seen for sure. To put together an itemized menu list per year, which did not exist that I know of until Smitty done it. And I don't know how many years Smitty's got done now, but he's got a lot. He's got most of 2020 done, he said. I think that's what you said, wasn't it? Let me look. Man, I'd like to be able to read through this. I can't do it while we're on here. Huh. This is like telling them where to take their bids for different, I guess, manufacturers that are going to put bids in on producing items for the rations. Evaluation procedure and basis of selection. I'd like to read through that too. Okay, seeking clarification, verification. Huh. Mandatory criteria. Oh, this was for the new bag, too, it looks like. Huh. I wonder, who's the bag company here? Does it say on the bag anywhere? It doesn't. Nope. Just says Canada. That's a new little stamp we got there. Because it used to be on the paper bag. Oh, yep. All you got on the back was the QR code that took you directly to the Facebook page. Overwrap bag. Okay, so this is all documented about the bag, it looks like. 47 pages of documents. Huh. It's pretty cool. I don't know, like I said, I don't know what the company was that ended up with it, but they've had 4 years of business now. 2020, 21, 22, and we're almost through 23. So I haven't seen any 23 IMPs yet, but I'm sure they're probably out there. What's that code on there? 1901016. Huh. Just this code, man. There's a code up here for the nutritional value for the spaghetti and one for the peaches. Millions of peaches. Reaches for free. Okay. Well, I don't know what to... Spaghetti, I feel like that just give me heartburn. Let me look at your list really quick and see if I got anything else that's not on your list. Okay. All right. 2020. Looks like we got... Oh, those are 2022s. Okay, here we go. 2020, you're missing menu number 2. And menu 16, spaghetti. And menu 21, chicken pesto pasta. Even if I had chicken pesto pasta, I wouldn't eat it. I'm not a fan of it. Not a fan of the pesto. Some people love it. It's just definitely not my thing. So it looks like spaghetti is the only one that I have that you don't have already. Okay, it's being a little weird on me. Go up. There we go. Okay, I don't have any of the breakfast, I don't think. Or maybe I do. I guess I got 4 and 9 probably, or breakfast. Or no? Southwest Chipotle chicken is not a breakfast. But a lot of the breakfast menus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are breakfast. 8, 9, and 10 are not. Huh. So they're starting to mix cases now, huh? Or they just didn't make a full case of breakfast? Or did they double up some, maybe? I bet you they did. They probably put like 2 menu 5s, 2 menu 7s, something like that. Alright, let's see here. Okay. Chili comes with a hamburger bun. Oh, probably peanut butter and jelly. Ooh, poutine. You know, I haven't had a poutine in a long time. I don't even think I have one. And I like the poutine. Not a huge fan of the mushrooms in it. And the cheese curds are weird. But I do like the dish itself. I like the gravy. I like the potatoes. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright. Well, it's looking like we might go with spaghetti then. No, well, yes, there are in the military version of the poutine. They put mushrooms in it, but I mean, there's not supposed to be in real poutine, which would be like French fries. I think they put some cheese on top of that and then gravy, right? That's what true poutine is supposed to be. Now, I like the chicken that they add to the poutine. I would do that on a version of poutine that I would have, like, you know, in a restaurant. If I had my own restaurant up there and I was serving poutine, I would have an option to add grilled, like, diced up chicken in it. Or just like some pulled chicken. Chipotle chicken, spaghetti, poutine, shepherd's pie, pulled pork, beef stew, I think, sausage and hash browns, scalloped potatoes, and wieners and beans. What are we talking about? Wait, what now? Doubled up on some, yeah, I can't remember what the doubles are. Oh, CT knows. So there's doubles of spaghetti, doubles of chipotle chicken, doubles of the poutine. That's always, I know spaghetti and poutine are 2 menus, and pulled pork are menus they've always doubled ever since, well, pulled pork came into circulation, which was back in, like, what, 16? I think 2016, or maybe it was 15. 15 or 16 when pulled pork came into circulation in the IMPs, and I've loved that menu ever since. It's one of the best menus, really. I mean, I wouldn't want to eat it for breakfast, but any other time of day, yeah, sign me up for a pulled pork, and I'm a happy camper. I do think it's a little weird that they put the potatoes in it. the way they did. I mean, you can eat it just out of the retort pouch like it's a meal, but I think making the sandwich, the pulled pork sandwich, is certainly the way to go. So I just kind of dig around the potatoes, and then I eat the potatoes with the sandwich, and it's just... I would buy 10 pulled porks before I would buy a case of breakfast. I mean, because that's probably like the best ones you can get to breakfast, and that's just my personal opinion, though. What is it? Dinner. It's what's for lunch. Is this a dinner menu? Does it say? It doesn't even say anymore, does it? They used to. What's this box? I didn't even pay attention to what the box said. It just says menu B. 9 kilograms. So 2.2 pounds per kilogram would be... don't know. Let's see. Be 22 pounds if it was 10 kilograms. So... what is 9 kilograms in pounds? 19.84. So almost 20 pounds. I'm not seeing anything on there. IMP, RIC, bunch of number code. Nope. I'm not seeing it. All right. Well, the only thing is I've already got heartburn, so I know what this is going to do to me. With the red sauce. Yeah! Okay. Put the vacuum cleaner up. All right, here we go. Spaghetti with the meatballs. Let's add to Smitty's list with this particular ration. Now they do have these nice, convenient little pull tabs on them. It seems like the last time I did this, it didn't work properly, but hey, Miss Marilyn, how are you doing? I meant to say hello. Hey, John. John's here. Just got here a few minutes ago. Can't what? Can't inform much yet. Beef ravioli is a double for 2020. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure it's pretty consistent on what they double up on. Well, most of them. I know, like the pulled pork, the poutine, the spaghetti. There was another one. Might have been the Indian chicken. Anyways, let's see how well this pull tab works. Pretty well. Pretty well. Go. It's got like a little dog bone end on it, little Mickey ears. It's kind of cool. And this one it's sealed. It's got a nice little. I love the fact that these are resealable. I really do. Ooh, that smells like Tabasco. Yep. And it almost has like a corn chip scent to it. Can you smell it? It smells like corn chips. All right, 2020. What's new for 2020? Let's find out. There's that bloated Tabasco, but it's not leaking. Wonder why I could smell it. No way I could smell it through that packaging. No way. I mean, that's a tough little retort. This is a really thick little retort. I mean, it is bloated pretty bad. I've seen worse. Have you guys heard about the Sriracha shortage? Like the actual brand name Sriracha shortage? I don't know what the heck's going on with that. I never did look into it. And we have a fortified creamy peanut butter of French Canadian. Give it a little knead there. Definitely needed it. It needed to knead. It was stiff. Still is a little bit on top. Lack of peppers, huh? How is that? Because the other Sriracha brands are still pumping it out. I've seen. I've got a bottle of original Sriracha in there that's like, I think it Best By date was like 2019 on it or something. Which I'm sure it's fine. I mean, it's Sriracha. Hey! Some beef jerky. Barbecued beef. I mean, if it's not super duper mega hard like it has been in years past, then that'll be a nice addition to the ration right there. What else we got? Of course, we've got our beverage bag here. And we have our sliced peaches. 22nd day of 2020. I like seeing all those 22 or 20022. All right. We got us a hamburger bun. Two of Trucker's favorite drink mixes, being of the grape variety. Oh, sweet. Look at that. Wow. That is awesome. These are some of my favorites, man. I love me some Reese sticks. I don't know how well these will hold up. I mean, they already feel like they've melted at least once at some point, and they were stuck together. But this looks, the packaging looks a lot different than ours, what I'm noticing. Ours is like a darker orange. This is a much lighter, brighter orange, I would say. I don't have one handy where I could show you. I don't think. I'll bet you that this is just better all around. Let's take a look at that ingredients list just real quick. 210 calories. Focus, camera. Well, that's still a pretty disgustingly big ingredients list. I guess it's in French too, but still. It's still pretty long. Milk chocolate. Okay, where's the parentheses end? Where do they end? There. And peanuts. That's what it says there on the end. Sugar, wheat flour, dextrose, hydrogenated palm kernel oil, hydrogenated palm oil, palm kernel oil. Well, why list that? Modified palm oil and modified vegetable oil, and then shea, sunflower, and or shea flour, modified palm kernel oil, cocoa butter, salt, modified milk ingredients, unsweetened chocolate, corn starch, lectin, soy, baking soda, TBHQ, whatever that is. I should know that. Artificial flavor and citric acid. So I used to always think that citric acid wasn't a bad thing. Like, oh, cool, that's, you know, that's in fruit, oranges, you know, things of that nature. No. Come to find out, the additive citric acid that they add to drinks and foods is actually it's not good for you. It's not good for you at all, from what I understand. And we have, what is this? Strawberry. Yum. That's going to be, I could just cut the top off of that and just eat that out of there like candy. I love me some strawberry jam. Now we've got our spaghetti. Date code is, oh, look at that. 111th day. This was the right one to pick. Having all these repeating numbers like this. First one was 20022. This one being 20111. I don't know. Just, I pay attention to numbers like that, and whenever they start popping up like that and repeating, it's good luck. All right, we have a Nescafe Sweet and Creamy. We've got our big old spork and our Canadian issued butt ration. Not much for you. You can split that into two by filleting it, but it's really just one of these brown unbleached paper towels. And we also have our little wet nap that you have to add water to, with a little maple leaf on it. We have our matches that should be from Eddie Match. They are. Focus. Eddie Match. White packaged. White tipped. Brown matches. Strike on back. And last but not least, we've got Tic Tacs that are fresh mint flavored. Fresh mint. All right. That is everything. Add that to your menu list, Schmitty. Yeah, these are awesome bags. Definitely could haul some water around in one of them. I mean, really well made. I'm impressed with them. I really am. Yep, smells like Tabasco, and it's definitely got some weird corny scent. I don't know what it could have came from. All right, let me go throw this in some boiling water real quick, and I'm going to throw some hot water, or not some hot water. I'm going to throw some water into boil. I'll be right back. my shoe. I just about tripped over it. Do any of you guys pay attention to the sky at night? Do you ever look up? I'm just curious if anybody else has been seeing more crap lately. Because, I mean, I know I have. Tray. Probably want to go get that out of the boiling water. I'm going to say when that says 52. It took me a minute to go through all those menus and stuff in the beginning, I guess. Tried to get into it a little quicker today. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Baseball bat. You know what? I never do this. Today's the day. We do. Let's see, what's this take? 250 milliliters. Is that half a bottle of water? Half a bottle of water. Boiling water's done. What? It's like red, pink looking ish. It's definitely kind of got a pink color to it. Tastes exactly like candy. Like a sweet tart, or yeah, it's more coarse than what a pixie stick is, but it's definitely got that flavor. $20.19, 308th day on this. I got nowhere to put my trash. All right, let me go get that out of the boiling water and get the hot water. All right. Oh, I wonder where Dan's at tonight. Dan the man. Cyanide cookies from good old Tasmania. You know what? I've got exactly half a bottle of water already in here. I'm going to go ahead and get it. Huh. All right. sealed up. Fold it over. So if not, I might regret it. Mixes up pretty quick and pretty easy. Alright, that's done. Time for our coffee real quick. Spare drink. Set it back here. Coffee cup. Coffee cup. Coffee cup. Going to be too hard to dig it out. I was going to get the coffee cup that Trucker sent me, the Tim Tam metal coffee cup. Alright, I'll get it cleared out for next time. Thinking of Dan right now with his coffee cup here. You know what? I want to try this powder. It's a little weird, I know, but sugar, creamer, and some coffee, I guess. It's actually kind of bitter, but I could eat that. If I didn't have no water, no way to make it, I could eat that. Especially if I wanted the caffeine kick. It actually tastes pretty. It's got a really nice aftertaste. Coffee with the grape and add the hot sauce. That would just be ruining all three. Oh yeah, okay, hot water. Here we go. Now, does that say that it takes 8 ounces? Can't remember. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it does. 245 milliliters. That's close enough. All right, here we go. Go. All right. I wonder if that mixed up. It's got a really nice frothy top on it. Next, peaches. Should fit in that bowl. Okay, my chat's messed up. I'm seeing Smitty's super chat. Let me see if I can fix this. Nope, just got worse. Okay, I can see Smitty's super chat. Top chat. Okay, something's happened to the chat. Huh. I don't know what's going on. Can't see nothing on my chat. I can see the old stuff, but I can't see anything new. Those are a little dark looking. Huh. Oh, they're a lot dark. All right. Oh, that's good enough because they're any more and they won't fit. Whoop. Yeah, my table's got a little lean to the back, if you can't tell. A little bit of a lot. I guess it's all that weight back there. All right, let's beef jerky it. Barbecue beef jerky it up. Just going to try to cut it, see if it opens properly. And it did not. All I gotta do is get a start into it. This is not easy to open. They should make it a little easier than this to open. I mean, good Lord, my knife is sharp too. God. That is some stretchy, thick plastic. If you break it up, it breaks up into a lot of jerky. And like kind of unsmash it. There's like 5 pieces right there. I thought it was just one. I should break it up even more, but that's good enough. That's a lot of jerky. I mean, that really is a decent serving of jerky. I mean, I'd be super happy to get something like that out in the field. Keeps you busy. All right, that is almost ready to spill. All right, time out. I gotta take a drink of this before it spills. There we go. All right. Next. Hamburger bun. Date code 25th day. 20025. 25th day, so January 25th, 2020. We all know, well, actually no, that hadn't started yet. I mean, it had, but it hadn't. I was in New York. I'm pretty sure I was probably in New York January 25th. I might have been in like Michigan or something. I don't know. I have to go back and check my pictures and stuff to see where I was at. I was just talking to my lawyer today about taking my mom to New York, and we were talking about kind of the differences in the city since I used to be there and, you know, kind of lived there versus what it is now. And he's like, there ain't no way I would let my mom walk down the road by herself. He's like, you'll be fine as long as you're with her. But all right, there's our bun. Doug. Been watching The Hangover. Yeah, I watched one and then part of another. Spaghetti time. Okay, here it is. A pile of trash that I'm gathering over here. Alright. Spaghetti. It's good and hot, I can tell you that. It's still good and hot. Well, that'll work. Look at the size of them meatballs in there. That is what I'm talking about. It's where American spaghetti messes up. Well, the MRE spaghetti. Yes, Stella, you smell jerky. She never comes over here and bothers me either. Here, I'll give you a piece. One piece, that's all you're getting right now. I'll give her that piece. All right, here you go. And she swallowed it whole. Go on. Go. Big mouth. Get out of here. Go on. She was over here sniffing, was she? I didn't leave her over here alone very long. Alright. I do not have a real... Yeah, I do. I got a real fork handy. It's a little dirty. I've only got one cat in, well, two. The one that stays in, and then another one in right now. Let me go ahead and get these open real quick. I wish I had, like, 200 packs of the Canadian strawberry jam, and the raspberry jam, and the honey. What else is there? Didn't they used to do an apricot jam, too? No, maybe not. No. What else is there? They don't do grape. That's us. There's strawberry, raspberry, honey, and I don't know. Alright, should I use this fancy fork? Plastic. Got this at a wedding. Can break it down. I think it's kind of cool. I kept them because I like the fact that you can make them small and then put it back to, you know, screws together. I thought that was pretty nifty. I got a spoon and I think a knife too from that same said wedding. My neighbor when he got married. It's been a couple years ago now. There's the spoon. It's got like metal inside of there. Looks like it. Huh. Thought the handle felt awful heavy. Alright, Canadian spork. Spaghetti noodles don't look too mushy. I mean, they're not old, which is a good thing. Look at them meatballs. The cross section on that. And get it on the fork. There we go. Look at the herbs, breadcrumbs. You can see the breadcrumbs in there. Leaking red sauce onto myself here. Yep, the cat showed up. There we go. All right. Let's get a little bit of everything here. It's kind of hard to eat spaghetti with a spoon. All right, here we go. Down the hatch. Them noodles still got a nice firmness to them. And they also have a nice texture and thickness to them. I would definitely consider them to be al dente. Very well cooked dish of spaghetti right here. Now, I mean, what I would consider this to be is a step above your Chef Boyardee. This is better than Chef Boyardee by a good stretch. I mean, your meat in this is probably going to be a lot better quality than anything you could get from them. Here's another look at the inside of a meatball. Yeah. See if I can get some spaghetti on there this time. The sauce itself is pretty mild. I would say it's lacking a little bit of spice. The meatball, though, it's got a decently firm texture as well. Nice chew. Really nice flavor to it. It's hearty, savory, obviously meaty. Way better than its American counterpart. You know what? I did not look at the package to see who made this. I wonder if Warnick made it. All right, here we go. A lot of meat, too. Let's see, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them huge meatballs in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, there's another one underneath there. 5, 6, 7, 8, and I just ate one. So 9 meatballs in this dish. It's mainly meat. Really. I would say it's 65 to 70% meat. It's just my rough guesstimate of it. It is very hard to eat this spaghetti with this spork. It's not impossible, but difficult nonetheless. There's just some herbs. You can see really well in there. But again, the spaghetti itself, man, one of the reasons I hate the spaghetti is because the spaghetti's usually like mushy. and it all just kind of mushes together. And there is a little slight metallic flavor to it. Nothing major though. I'm glad we got to add this to Smitty's list. I want a little bit of this bread to go with this spaghetti. I'll take it off the bottom. That's really nice. A little bit of fresh Tabasco here. Finish that bottle off on that meatball right there. Try a little Tabasco with it. So I like the heat that Tabasco adds. I'm just not a huge fan of the Tabasco flavor itself. It's really the vinegar that I'm not a fan of. I don't mind the flavor of the pepper, and I like the heat. It's just I wish there was a lot less vinegar, and then it wouldn't hold up as well, I'd say. All right, wash that down a little bit with the great drink. It's definitely got a very dark purple color to it. At least it's not bright blue like the United States one. I'm ragging on their rations tonight. They're doing a lot of the things that are simple wrong. Like all those dyes. There's no need for them, really. People aren't really looking at their drink. Most of the time it's in a container. You can't see it. So the dyes are quite literally just pointless and really detrimental to the people that drink them. I feel like they should take some influence from other countries and get rid of the dyes. All right, let's go with, I still want to eat some more of this, really. Let me get a couple more bites of this real quick. So the grape drink's a little sour. It's sweet and sour at the same time. And it has a, I'm not going to call it natural, but I'm going to call it not as bad as some of the fake flavoring grape drinks that I've had before. It has a pretty decent attempt at pointing towards that natural flavor. I want another bite with some more Tabasco. Let me find one that's open up here. Actually, hang on. I got a little hot diggity here. Let's do a little dab of that. Ooh, that has gotten thick. Hang on, let me shake this up. Should be better. Oh yeah, look at there. That smells hot. You gotta be careful with this stuff. It is hot. This is some hot sauce that comes in a ration right here. The British don't screw around. That one drop like that will be a considerable amount of added heat. But what I really like about this is it doesn't have that intrusive vinegar flavor so much. I mean, it's in there, just not as much. Hey, thanks, Jason. Yep, that was years ago now, and COVID kind of screwed us out of the season 2 on that. You can see that hot sauce right on top of that. Wow. Forgot how hot that stuff was. Holy cow. I haven't been eating heat in a long time because I can't. Can't eat real hot stuff because it could trigger pancreatitis. Wow. That is easily 7 to 10 times hotter than Tabasco. And this one in particular, I do feel like it's probably a considerably hotter from where I opened it, and it's been setting up there. Best by date on it was February 29th, 2020. So it's only 3.5 years past its best by date. Whatever. All right. I'll try to get this clean. I will definitely be finishing that spaghetti tonight. That's got me sweating. What did we say here? What are we remembering? Oh, that's a spicy meatball. All right, clean enough. Peaches. Millions of them. Peaches for me. All right. They look pretty nasty, to be honest. They don't look like they've held their integrity. They're definitely not the right color. They're oxidized? I don't know. They're dark, which is what happens to peaches with age and heat, I guess. Because I've had peaches way younger than this, or way older than this, that looked better. So, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, they taste fine. I mean, they're not old at all. These are right in the inspection date time. But as far as that goes, we all know, like, these are well within date. They just got a little dark. They're not as soft as I thought they were going to be. They got a... as far as a peach goes, I would say it's like a medium soft kind of texture to it. Definitely could be firmer. And there's a firm peach and then there's a soft peach. This would be your soft canned peaches. And this is kind of like, it's not as soft as I've had them before, but it's not as firm as I've had them before. So it's kind of in the middle. Not bad, though. Tastes good. right. After the peaches, let's go for some peanut butter. Take a look at this peanut butter. Wait, nope. Yep, that's peanut butter. This package feels small. It feels like the jelly size, but I guess it is now. That's got kind of like a peach color to it in person. It's a little different than I figured it'd be a little darker in the brown, but I don't know. Here we go. It's been a while since I had any peanut butter. It's really good for some reason. Slightly salty, obviously very peanutty. It's got just a slight amount of sweetness to it. Not much at all. I mean, but it's I would call it a trace amount as far as the sugars and sweetness goes on this. Super smooth. Obviously, stick to the roof of your mouth. Now for the strawberry jam. Look at that. That's like candy on some bread. It's so fresh and fruity. They must use really good strawberries to make that jam. Fresh and fruity. And not too smooth. It does have a decent, like, actual texture to it. Instead of it just being, like, overly processed and, like, real smooth, like a peanut butter would be. But that's what you expect out of a peanut butter. Alright, some peanut butter jelly time. Wait, what are we doing? Yeah, Rooty Tooty, fresh and fruity. I mean, this is really good, though. Again, I wish I had 100 packs of that, but I don't. I'm starting to think that I prefer the strawberry over the raspberry. The raspberry is good, but the strawberry has just like this fresher, more satisfying, and I don't know. That's more familiar, kind of. I like the raspberry, but just something about the strawberry I like better. I gotta give this a stir. So the creamer kind of curdled. Weirdly enough. I don't understand that, but here we go. Oh, I even kind of forgot about it. Sure, CR. Let's get the Reese's open. And I'll finish off with the jerky, I guess, which is kind of a weird way to finish. Actually, no, I can't do that. I got to do the jerky first real quick. It's supposed to be barbecue. Nice and soft. That jerky is 100 times better than the jerky from like 3 or 4 years prior. The 2016 jerky was so hard that you could barely eat it. I mean, you could eat it. Just kind of had to give it time resting in some saliva to soften up. You know, she definitely got some heat. It's weird because like the chocolate didn't melt off of it. It kind of like looks like it melted into it, doesn't it? Instead of like what you would think with chocolate, that is, it would melt down around it and onto the package. Just look at the grease. This would not have held up for, you know, for very long. I don't even, surely it's okay, but we're about to find out. Let me give it a smell real quick. I mean, it just smells like chocolate and peanut butter as of right now. All right, here we go. Okay, it's weird. It's stale. The taste is just a little. I don't know if I want to say a lot or a little off. It's off. The taste is not exactly right. And the chocolate's like gritty on the outside. It tastes okay though. The chocolate. Not bad. What did I see about a beer after World War II? Hang on, where'd that go? Try to imagine how a beer was for a soldier after World War II ended. Well, I mean, those guys were definitely slamming beers while they were over there. That's why a lot of them came home alcoholics. I mean, my grandpa was a drinker. I tell people that he put 30 to 60 Old Milwaukees down every day. And I'm not exaggerating. He would drink 30 to 60 beers a day. Only seen the man drunk once in my entire life. And that all stemmed from him starting to drink, I assume, during World War II. Because I know he was drinking when he got back over here and, well, spent time in bars. Now, I will say, even though this has got a little bit of an off, weird taste, it goes amazing with that sweet and creamy coffee. The sweet and creamy coffee is exactly that. It's sweet, it's creamy, it's got a light bitterness to it. The coffee flavor is definitely predominant enough that it comes through that sweetness and that milkiness. Went down the wrong hole. Oh, dang it. This tastes like it's about 10 years old. That's what I imagine. It even has like that old food flavor. If you've ever had old food, that like there's a universal kind of a rancid oil type of flavor that goes across the board, and like a lot of old foods have a slight hint of this. And this has that. I think I'm especially picking it up from the smell from this cardboard, I guess. It smells a little weird. Hey, ICLC made it. All right. Yeah. Yeah, the coffee's good with the Reese's sticks. I mean, I love the fact that they're in there. It's just, they're not going to hold up. There's no doubt in my mind. Now, the Reese's sticks are not meant for long-term storage. Yeah? Could you be any louder? Really? What? No. Come here. No. Come here. What the heck was that? Huh? Say hello to everyone. Say hi, right here. Right here's the camera. Say hi. Oh, there's a little goose. A little loosey-goosey. Huh? There's a little loosey-goosey. She's ornery. She is legit ornery. Aren't you? You was wanting to get into something. And I stopped you and you got mad at me. Didn't you? But now I'm being nice and I'm petting you and you're okay. Huh. Meow. Meow. You gonna fall asleep? Huh? You gonna fall asleep right there? Huh? You want me to put you in the little cuff? Alright. I know you're getting me all furry. Nice. Cat fur city. Alright. May as well just get right into this. CT. Thanks for the cards, man. I'm going to go show these to my son whenever I get done. See what he thinks about them. Oh, I'm going to drop them in the floor before that. Look at that. Canadian. Had them made in the USA. You guys got to go subscribe to my Canadian friends' channels. I think I made it like a special little section. If I haven't done that, I thought I did. That said like Canadian ration reviewers or Canadian MRE reviewers or something like that. It's been so long since I've done that, like set that stuff up. I need to go down there and buy the other pack or two of these that they had down there. I mean, they were like $15 though, or maybe 16. They were ridiculously expensive. I was just about to say. Huh. I think I'm going to smoke it backwards. No, I'm not. That's got a really good flavor to it. It tastes like aged tobacco, weirdly enough. It's got like this, almost just like a little bit of a twist of pipe tobacco, if you guys ever smelled that or have tasted that before. It's got like a slight hint of that, and it's also got like a citrusy note, like lemon. There's a lot going on. It's complex. I found some First Strike rations the other day. Meant to get back with the guy. He had a couple cases that were beat up, and I didn't get back message back with him. But he had some 2023. They were like June of 23. First Strike rations. I need to get some First Strike rations. Yeah. That's how every cigarette should be. Too bad I can't afford to smoke cigarettes like this. I could never recreate this myself either, not with the tobacco that I can purchase. I'd love to go to Alaska. But if there's quite a few of you guys up there in Alaska, you guys should get together and, like, I'm sure all of you got some meal cold weathers sitting around. I think Shocker's kid's up there. I'm pretty sure, or he was. I think he still is. He'd be somebody to talk to as far as rations go. I know when Shocker went up there, meal cold weathers were so cheap. Oh, I got it. Meal cold weathers were so cheap that he was like trying to buy a bunch of them and ship them home, and he packed a bunch in his luggage. Pipe tobacco from his grandfather. He would chew a flake once in a while. It was sweet. Huh. My experience with pipe tobacco is, it's not that. Pipe tobacco is very, very unique in its flavor. It almost, to me, this is just my personal assessment of it, it kind of tastes old. And I think it's just from my childhood. I associate it with my great-grandpa and my great-great-grandpa. I knew my great-great-grandpa and my great-grandpa. My great-great-grandpa lived to be like 102. We called him Grandpap. And then my great-grandpa lived to be like 90-something. I'm not exactly sure. He died when I was like, I'm going to say like 15 probably. And then Grandpap died when I was probably, I was probably like 8 or so. Wasn't that long in between. There must have not been that much age difference between them. Thinking back now, he died when he was 92. Let's just say it's 10 years, 15. That means he would have had him when he was like 16 or 17, which is very common back then. They had a huge farm, grew their own tobacco, smoked their own tobacco, drank whiskey every single day. $500 acres of, well, my family had like, my uncle just told me it was like almost 1,000 acres. It went from one road all the way over to another one. I never seen, probably, I don't know, maybe I might have seen 50 acres of it. when I was little, riding around with my uncle on a motorcycle, and I'd go down and ride the tractor with my great-grandpa. Grandpa never, he wasn't farming still when I was a kid, but my great-grandpa, he was. He farmed until I was probably like 12. He only had like, I would say 2 or 3 years, maybe 4 years of retirement, if you want to call it that, where he didn't actually go out and work the farm and run the tractors and dig the potatoes and pull the beans, you know, all the stuff, and work with the livestock. He is the one that had the pet raccoon when I was a kid that would only let him near it. If anybody else went near that thing, it would make noises and violent, like up against the fence, climbing the fence, and like snarling and making all kinds of growling noises. It was crazy. I've been looking at a couple pieces of property around here that are substantial. I just don't like the places that there is some property for sale right now for a decent price, is places I really don't want to go, where I don't want to live. There's a farm in Kentucky. It's 4 hours from here. It's in it's about an hour southeast of Lexington. I can't remember the name of the town. It's 134 acres with a 2,500 square foot house. The house is like, I mean, you could live in it the way it is, but it's definitely dated. It's like, it kind of reminds me of a double wide, but I'm not sure if it is. It might just be a like stick house. But anyways, 134, 136 acres with the house. It's got a cave system on it, and it was $234,000, pretty sure. Where's my phone at? I'm gonna look it up. That's one I thought about getting that just to log it, just to go down and not clear cut it. And if I did clear cut an area of it, I'd replant trees, but for the price, man, like, it's way less than $2,000 an acre, especially when you factor in the house. You go down and log it. The minimum I've been seeing is $500 an acre for logging, and that's if you have somebody else do it. If you pay another company to come in and log it. And I think I got people that I know that I could have log it. And the maximum you can get per acre is $5,000. So anywhere between $500 and $5,000 per acre is what they're getting out of lumber. But I need to, or out of timber, I need to see, like, what as far as the GPS, like, or the satellite images, it looks like a bunch of mature, older trees in the area. I don't know if it'll come up on my search or not, but I will give it a shot really quick. Let's see. Yep, McKee, Kentucky. Haha, that's where it's at. McKee, Kentucky. And right there it is. It's still for sale. It is 99 acres. I'm sorry. I thought it was 134. There it is. $235. I said 234. I was going off of memory. But here, I'll show you guys the satellite, or the images of the... See, like, that looks like a bunch of mature timber. I mean, it's obviously on a hill, which is a big part or issue of logging it. But that's a bunch of mature lumber. Obviously, these pictures were taken in the fall. And there's the house. Like I said, I don't know if it's like a double wide or a stick built, like traditional ranch style house. It doesn't appear to have that center wall running down the middle of it like most double wides would. Then it's got like T111 siding on it, or T111. And a green metal roof. Got a little shed, screened in porch. But I think the cave system would be cool too. I don't know. I think if I had a cave system, I'd probably try to build a bunker in it. I don't know. That's just one of them. There's another one that's right up the road from me. I just saw it today. I want to say it's in Portland, which is right across the river from Ravenswood, where I used to work. Which would put it, it's probably about an hour from where I'm at right now. Give or take 10 minutes. It might be, well, not give, but it might be like 50 minutes, 45, 50 minutes. So it's a lot closer than this one, but it's more expensive, and there's no house on it. It does have a pond, though. I don't know. Okay. Since we're towards the end here, let me pull these videos up and show you guys. Okay. Today. Where's the videos that came in today? All these? Holy cow, I did not mean to send that many. Well. Oops. All right. Oops. Now, taking into account, this is all different nights that I'm going to show you. Wait, this video might not be one. Oh, nope. I sent a bunch of the wrong video. Yeah. Okay, this is an interesting one. This is where I catch the flash. Watch right here, like where my face is at in that reflection. You see that? Looks like a camera flash in the sky. Okay, so this is interesting. So I seen this flash that I just showed you guys, which made me look, because I kind of caught the flash out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, man, I hope I've got this all on film, like, man, I hope the camera caught that flash. And because I wasn't even 100% sure that I saw what I saw. I thought maybe like a star just kind of created that effect out of the corner of my eye, like I'm sure you guys have experienced before. But anyways, it made me kind of start looking in that direction. And within probably 5 to 10 seconds after that, I watched a light streak across the sky. No tail on it, but it looked like a meteor without a tail. And I freak out. I'm like, oh my God, I hope the camera caught that. And it didn't. The roof line was in the way. Really interesting. My son got to see this with me, and like, I don't understand what that flash is. But again, like, it made me look in that direction. And not very many seconds after, a light, it looked like it was about 20,000 feet, roughly, I would say. It was pretty low. But as fast as it was moving, there should have been a sonic boom, because it definitely was within our airspace. It wasn't like in outer space. It was certainly in our atmosphere, and not very far away. There's just so much activity. I swear, I'm legit thinking about firing up a live stream and just letting it roll from like 2:30 to 3:30, just setting the camera up out there and just letting it go. And then that way it'll be documented here on YouTube, and I can make it private or whatever, and I can give you guys the link to it if you care to see it. You don't have, obviously it doesn't matter if you don't want to see it, you don't have to look at it. But it's became so consistent. All the videos are on this camera that we're looking at right here, or that I'm using. I mean, I've got probably 10 to 14 different nights of footage on this camera, and they're the same things. They're in different areas, slightly different areas, but same general direction every night. And it's became so consistent, it's like clockwork. Now, last night there was a high hanging fog over top of the river, which was blocking my view of that area. And I went outside at like 2:15, 2:30, and I was like, oh, well, I'm not going to be able, I can't see anything. And then I went back outside at like 3:15, 3 or 3:15, and I saw a very strange twinkling triple light. But it wasn't like a triangle. They were like in a row, and they were twinkling. Hadn't seen that before. And I thought, and I didn't have my camera on me, because I didn't think I was even going to be able to see anything when I went outside. So I ran back in, grabbed the camera, set it up, and I caught 2 or 3 of the lights like I've shown you guys last night. And then nothing after that. So I don't understand what is going on, but something is going on. And I don't think anybody can dispute that. Like, I've got the evidence to prove that something is happening. I just don't know what it is. The flare thing might make sense if it was like a day or 2 of training or something. Which there's nothing over there. There's no military bases. They wouldn't be, like, it just wouldn't be. There are military bases in Ohio, obviously, but not even really. Like, what would be the closest one? Probably Wright-Patterson. Let me see. Let me look it up. Is Wright-Patterson the only one? Oh man, it's in between Columbus and Cincinnati. Oh well, up closer to Dayton it looks like. I don't see Dayton on the map. Okay, it is in Dayton. And that's the only Air Force base that I'm seeing in Ohio, period. And that's the wrong direction. Like, that's completely the wrong direction. I'm looking, whenever I'm seeing all this, it's north, kind of northeast Ohio would be the direction. If you were to follow that line straight up, like, just continue following that line, it would take you to, like, what's the name of that place up there? Where the, theme park's at. Aw. Cedar Point. I'm wrong. Cedar Point is to the west of Cleveland. I had no idea Cedar Point was so close to Cleveland. I should have went to Cleveland while I was at Cedar Point up there. Cedar Point's such a long trip from here. Driving all the way across Ohio from the very lowest point of Ohio all the way to the, looks like almost the highest point. Not quite, but almost the highest point. I can't remember. I think it took us like 6 hours, 7 hours to drive from bottom to top. Maybe 8 hours. It was a long time. Yeah, Sandusky. Yes. Exactly. Sandusky. Yep. All it said on here was Cedar Point. Now it says, if you zoom in more, it says Sandusky. So the direction that I'm looking, it would be towards, let me see. What's over that way? Like Youngstown-ish. That would be the direction that I'm looking, but that's way up there. Kind of like in the general direction of Youngstown, Pittsburgh, like that would be the general direction. But long before then would be like Athens and then Columbus, kind of at that angle. Let's see where I'm at. Yeah, no, it would be more towards Akron. It wouldn't be towards Athens at all. It'd be towards the Wilds, Cambridge, be over towards that area. I don't know. I seen a light moving at snail speed, then stop and repeat for a whole 20 minutes one night. Then it suddenly took off in a flash and disappeared. So I'm pretty sure I've told you guys about when all this kind of really started. I've had many sightings throughout my life. And I know a lot of people like to call me a conspiracy theorist or tinfoil hat. Look, if you pay attention to the sky, you're going to see things. I feel like everybody would if they paid attention. Mine started back in 2007, 8, whenever I really started paying attention. The first time I saw something that blew my mind. But with this recent step up in activity that I've been filming on a nightly basis, almost nightly. There's been a couple nights where I was asleep or I wasn't, it was cloudy and I couldn't see. But anyway, so this started, I'm going to say about 2 months ago. I need to check the video on my son's phone because my son got a video of it. This was before I had a camera that would pick it up. All I had was this and this. This is extremely old. It's an S9. It will not pick it up. And this is an XR. Horrible in low light. So, anyway, my son got a small video of it, and this was, I'm going to say, roughly about 2 months ago. So, in the same place that I'm seeing these lights, in the same almost exact place, me and him, like, I went outside feed the raccoons, and I saw these lights. And at first, when I first saw them, I thought, that's a weird looking airplane. And then I realized that it wasn't an airplane. There was 3 separate lights, like one here, one here, one here, and they were doing this. All 3 of them. And they were making a big circle, almost, maybe even like an oval. Maybe it wasn't quite a circle, more of an oval. And my son should have some of this on video. I've never seen his video. I need to see it. I need to check it. Well, anyway, we're standing out there watching it after about, I'm going to say, between 15 and 30 minutes of us watching this. Now, this is the good part that my son actually witnessed with me. We watched a light come from outer space, way, way, way up there. I saw it, and I'm like, holy crap, what is that? And it looked like, I mean, it was kind of coming right down at us, and it comes straight down like this, and then stopped. Lit up really bright, lit the sky up, joined in with the other 3, making the oval. It just, I'm going to assume thousands of miles an hour, because it came clear from outer space into, I'm going to say, roughly 20 to 30, maybe 40,000. No, definitely not 40,000 feet. I know how small jets look at 40,000 feet. Probably more like 10 to 15,000 feet. Maybe 20,000. Anywhere in between 10 and 20,000. Came from clear from outer space, which we're talking miles. Miles that it covered in, I don't know, 4 or 5 seconds. Maybe 3 seconds. It seemed like a long time, but it also seemed very fast. How quickly it came in, and then it just stopped. Like there was no slow down, slow down, slow. No, it just full speed, stopped, and joined in with the others. Blew my mind. Freaked me out. And I'm like, as it's coming in, I'm like, Ethan, do you see that? Do you see that? He's like, oh my God, yeah, what is that? And I was like, I don't know, man, what is that? And then to see it come and join in with the other 3, like, really solidified the fact that whatever we were seeing was very abnormal. Like, I couldn't explain what it was. So, that's what kind of kicked this whole thing off. And I've seen multiple things outside. I was actually on the phone with Multi-Magnum one night, and I seen something. And I actually reported it that night because I think it was a meteor that night. So it looked more stereotypical with the tail and the downward trajectory and everything. But then I was on the phone with Gundog one night, and I watched this, what looked kind of like it was red hot. I watched this red hot light. It also had a tail kind of on it, like maybe kind of like a light streak behind it. But I watched it from as far as I could see it to my right. I watched it come into my view and travel and never lose altitude. Watched it completely cross the sky and never lose a bit of its altitude. And it was a weird color. I'm talking to Gundog about it while I'm on the phone. I wish I could have caught that on film that night, because it was crazy. I'm not seeing your guys' chat for some reason. Sparrow, there are 4 lights. TNG reference. Renee, one of the reasons I wish I lived in a bit more remote location. Too much light pollution, yeah. To really see any, yeah, well, if you live anywhere near a city, yeah, that sucks, man. Oh, I know that I've heard many stories about Wright-Patterson, but Wright-Patterson's way in the wrong direction and way too far away from this. It just wouldn't make sense for them to be doing training here or some sort of covert op. I don't know what they would be doing. But there's been too many variations. Too many things are different. It just doesn't make sense. And Dayton There's still all kinds of stuff here. Oh, yeah, I'll bet you see stuff. If you live in Dayton, but if you live in the city, you're probably going to have too much light pollution to be able to see anything. And I read LC's last one there. Yeah, Elijah, I'll bet you do see some stuff up there around Dayton. I was looking, whenever we were doing like auditions for the TV show, there was 7 other guys other than me that were, I guess, auditioning. I don't know. I don't think I was officially auditioning or anything. I think they were just trying them with me. I know that sounds weird, but I'm pretty sure that's what was happening. Anyway, there was a guy named Jonathan, Chef Jonathan. He had this hugely successful restaurant up in Cleveland. He provided all the food, and he had a restaurant in the Cleveland Cavaliers arena up there. Dude had a championship ring. The Cavaliers gave him a championship ring, I guess, because he's their cook or whatever. He was their cook. But anyways, the other day I was looking at some stuff online, and he popped up, weirdly enough. And he moved from Cleveland, and now he's in Chicago. Because I always wanted to go see him in Cleveland, take my son up there, because my son has aspirations of being a chef, I think. I think he wants to be a chef. I mean, as of right now, that is what he's doing. But I always wanted to take him up there and let him talk to him and, you know, kind of go see him again, because the guy's super nice. I really enjoyed his company. I got to spend like 2 or 3 days with him whenever we were doing that. But he moved to Chicago. His name's Chef Jonathan. Let me pull him up real quick, because I can't remember his last name. It's Jonathan, let's see. Excuse me. Can't believe I can't remember his last name. I've got him saved in my phone somewhere. Jonathan. Maybe I didn't save that video. Thought I did. Here, I'll just look him up. Where's my search bar at? Never mind, I guess there's like a million Chef Jonathans on here. Never mind. Anyway. Don't even know what got me talking on that subject. They fly several UAVs here too. Is that an unidentified aerial vehicle? So I've been hearing this theory lately, because obviously I talk about this, and then because our phones listen to us, crap pops up for me. But I've been hearing people talking, or seeing stuff about people talking about how they might be having us looking at the sky instead of paying attention to the water, because there's been creatures or other beings living here on Earth basically forever, but they just live under the water. And obviously there are tons of videos now of submerged objects coming out of, and you know, they do go into the sky, so I mean, I guess that's kind of both. But it makes you wonder. The government I don't trust anything that they have said or done in my lifetime now. Like, they have lied to us so much that, I mean, what good does it do you to believe them about anything anymore? Wait, Dan's here? Oh, it's all good. We'll hit it next week. It's not a problem. Not a problem. I just don't want to buy the stuff. I want to buy the stuff right before, because I don't want, like, the coleslaw and stuff to get old. And the hot dog sauce. The only hot dog sauce that I know that I can buy, like, locally, it doesn't last very long in the refrigerator. So it must not have any preservatives or anything in it. My Amber gets it. And I want to say it's got like 5 day. It's got like a 5 day Best Buy on it. It's not very long. I can't believe that I have not done this myself. I just seen the incognito comment, made me think about it. I have not bought a VPN yet, and I've been meaning to, and I've just learned more about them as of recently, about how effective they are, and how, like, it'll cut down on a lot of that suggesting stuff to us, and maybe even the listening in part. Like, they might not be able to listen in so much. It would be nice if that was the case. But I hope to have my building project. I'm going to build a house right here next to me on the other side. Behind me over here. I'm going to build it in my side yard over here, 40 by 70 by 20 tall, so I can have a second floor. I'm going to build an office / studio in the garage part as on the second floor of, like, one of the bays of the garage. I'm going to do a 3-bay on the end out here towards the road this way. I don't have a picture. I do have pictures, but of like a 3D rendering of it. But I've been racking my brain about trying to find someone to draw up the plans for me. I need the bathrooms laid out, so I got to run all the plumbing first, and then I got to put the concrete in. I guess I'm going to go with concrete, because that's the only way I know to do one of these barn dominiums. All the ones that I've seen, they're building them on top of concrete. I don't know, man. I feel like I would much rather have a wood floor where I can access my plumbing, instead of it being in concrete. And I don't know, man. That's the one thing that's kind of bothering me about it. So I don't know. I'm beyond ready to build this, so I'm okay with just saying screw it. I'll go with the concrete. It should be fine. But if something does happen, that means I got to jackhammer up my floor in my house, and it's going to be more like a temporary house / turn into a guest house at some point, because the actual house part, it's going to end up being like right around 3,000 square feet. So, hey, Dan's here. Cool. Thanks for the super chat, man. Yeah, I was talking about you earlier. I didn't figure you was here. Thank you, sir. Cheers, mate, with the Tim Tam cup. Well, the only way I could do a basement, if you're talking to me about building with cinder block, I can't do it. It'll leak. Cinder block doesn't do well around here. I live right next to the river. Like, the river's right over there. I'm not in a floodplain. But I have a cellar. It's underneath my solid poured floor concrete porch out back. So my porch out back has a solid poured concrete floor on top of it. And how they done that is they laid boards on top of the cellar. Like, the boards are laying as just like a roof. They got a bunch of, I think they're 2x6s or maybe they're 1x6s. I'm not really sure. I can't tell. And they got, I would say, about every 6 to 8 feet, they have a piece of metal, like a piece of teed metal, that lays down in between two of the boards and stretches the length. It's not an I-beam or anything. It's a weird piece of metal. Anyway, there's like 4 of them, I think, maybe 5 of those laying down there. And then above that, there was something else above that. I could see it because like some of the woods were rotting out where those pieces of metal, where it stayed wet down there for so long and leaked for so long. Those metals pieces have rusted away and eaten away at the board because they're rusting away. It's not good. It needs to be fixed. If I was to ever try to use that for something, I'd have to fix that. I've thought about just filling it in, like legit filling it in with gravel and just calling it done. But on that back side of my house back there, from the very bottom, where like there's steps that go down in there, and there's probably, I don't know, 12 to 14 steps to the top of the last cinder block. So what the house is sitting on is probably, I mean, I'm at least 20 block high. I'm at least 20, probably more. At least 20 block high. It's probably, I don't know, I'd say it's 18 feet roughly from the very bottom to the top block on that house side. But and then the cellar itself is all made out of cinder block, and it leaks. And everybody that lives in my town that I know that has a basement that was made out of cinder blocks, it leaks. No matter where they live at. My son lives in a house up on top of a great big hill. It's called New Haven Heights. It's way up on top of a hill. And his basement leaks. So the only way I'd be able to do a basement, which I'd love to do a basement, which I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it on this structure anyways, because this structure is going to be the garage on the end and then some living quarters. If I was going to do a basement, it would be right here. It'd be where this house is right here. And I would do a solid poured walls. Solid concrete poured walls. Dan, your ears were burning? So even if I would, like, let's just say I would dig a basement out and have solid poured concrete walls as a foundation. What would I lay on top of that? Not like floor joists and stuff, because it's going to have to be solid enough, and the whole thing's going to have to be solid enough to handle the 4 inches of concrete that I have to have for the building to set on. At minimum 4 inches. So I don't know. I mean, I know I could build it like this and lay boards edge to edge to edge and then do some sort of metal support in between there to pour over top of. But I don't think I want to do that. And that would only be if I was going to build my main house over there, and I'm not. This is going to be more like a guest house at the end. I'm just building something so I can get out of here and gut this place. And I'm going to either gut this place, take the ceiling off and the roof off, and build up, or I'm going to tear this place down. I haven't made up my mind yet. It'll depend on, I'm going to come in here and start taking walls and stuff down, and it's going to depend on what kind of can of worms I open up while I'm in here. If I start finding all kinds of stuff that's going to be more expensive to fix than it would be to just build new, then I'll probably just pull this out of here and start over. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. as far as this house goes. But I do have a very good idea of what I'm going to do with that. And it's going to be one of the like barn dominium style. I might have an image I can show you guys of what I've kind of got planned out. But on the end, it's going to be a 3-bay, 3 garage doors on the end over here. The first 24 feet is going to be the garage, 20-foot tall office / studio is going to be to the right when you walk in the garage. There will be stairs going up to it as a second floor. There will still be plenty of room underneath there to park another car or make a, like, I don't know, like a tool room or something. Whatever I want to do underneath there. Actually, that might be where I end up putting my mud room. Yeah, that might work, actually. I just don't want to take a bunch of room away from the garage. I don't think that'll work. Anyways, I've been trying to figure out what the layout of the inside is going to be. But inside, I'm going to have a second floor that's going to be about half of it. And I want the other half to be wide open, 20-foot ceilings. Well, it'll be closer to 25, 30 foot to the actual peak. And I'm going to put like the kitchen underneath the second floor, but it's going to be open so you can see it. Like there'll be an island as separation. And then I'll have an open dining room, open living room, and I'm going to put one master bedroom downstairs with a bathroom and another half bath downstairs. And a mud room with the washer dryer. Upstairs, I'm going to have a Jack and Jill bedroom, or 2 bedrooms with a Jack and Jill bathroom, and then another ensuite upstairs. I might put the laundry upstairs too. I don't know, my bedroom will be downstairs, but we'll see. Let me see if I have an image. I think I do. I'm going the wrong way. Nope, I was going the right way. Okay. Everything I built's on this phone that I'm using right now. I seen a guy that did like a documentary yesterday, and I don't know if you guys remember Johnny Scoville being in here last week. This guy's his last name was Scoville, and he looked almost just like Johnny Scoville. Like, it has to be his brother. Has to be. Can't remember what that documentary was about, but I did take a screenshot of it. Alright, that's not it. But it'll be similar to this, except it's going to have 3 bays on the end here, because this must be smaller. This is only a 30 by 60. Mine's going to be a 40 by 70 long by 20 tall. And then I'll have a lean-to on this side for a front porch. And then I'm probably going to put a pool over here. That's what it's going to be, as like the temporary place. And what will eventually turn into the guest quarters. That, or I'll end up building my main house over on that side, and I'll gut this out and turn this into a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom with a kitchen and a dining area as like a guest house. Something that my mom and dad will probably yeah. They're probably going to need to be my next door neighbors at some point. Anyway, I wish I had more videos I could show you guys. Let me see. Here's another one. This is a different night. I'm going to fast forward through it. Hang on. Let me go all the way back. Okay, here we go. See them on top of each other? And I consciously thought about it. I'm like, I need to make a short video out of this so I can share it with people. Because all my videos that I've been taking are like 20, 30 minutes long, and it just, sometimes I'll just set the camera up and walk away from it. I haven't even looked at some of those videos. Some of them I did go back and look at, and I was like, holy crap, it was really active when I was walked away from the camera. But anyway, so any suggestions? Do you guys have any suggestions of who, outside of the History Channel people that I'm calling and that I'm getting in touch with, where else could I go with this? There is a one particular UFO channel, but I have tried to get a hold of this guy before with some other footage that I have, and he actually lives in that general direction, in that area, and I can't get a hold of the guy. So he's got one of the largest UFO channels, if not the largest, on YouTube. His name's Tyler something, with Secure Team 10 is the name of the, I think it's Secure Team 10 or Secure Team, I can't remember if it's one or the other. Regardless, he's got one of the largest UFO channels on YouTube. They have messed with him multiple times over the years, and ended up, he didn't leave the channel, but he did not post for a while, and I don't know. But I tried to get a hold of him, and I couldn't get a hold of him, so I don't know. I have heard that, but look, he takes everybody else's footage. So, and I saw a couple things that people were trying to call him out for, and honestly, it didn't, what they were saying, it didn't bother me, what he was doing. I mean, he just kind of passes along information that he finds usually, or people will send him footage and he'll just post their footage. But he's got connections with people. He's done interviews with Bob Lazar. He's that Jeremy guy, whatever the hell his name is. I'm not a big fan of his. Jeremy Corbell, I think is his last name. And then he's got connection to some other big name pilots that have came out, and I will say this, I don't know how many other people have done as much as he has as far as trying to bring recognition to the topic. And he's been doing it now for, I'll bet you at least 10 years. And I've known about him for probably about that long. And yes, I've seen him go through the phases where there were people trying to call him out. He got arrested, and the video for that came out. I think he got arrested for a DUI. When you have a life that is no longer private, when your life is on display for everyone, and say you're going through something, he was definitely going through something at that point, and something like that happens, it becomes a topic for conversation for people that just want to knock you down, and I feel like he was going through a hard time, and he made some mistakes, obviously, and I don't hold that against people. Unless you've done something malicious to hurt someone else, I hate anybody who drinks and drives. I used the wrong word. I really, really dislike, I don't like to use that word, hate. I really, really dislike anybody who drinks and drives. It is absolutely not necessary, ever. And you go out and hit that road, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know, you could end up hitting one of your own family members driving down the road, or someone else's, or You know, it's not just going to be an innocent one. No, I wouldn't even be innocent, but it's not just going to be a one-person thing usually. You know, it's just not going to be you harming yourself. You're most likely going to harm someone else or someone else's property or whatever. And yeah, 100% not a fan of anybody who drinks and drives. It makes me sick. So yeah. But that being said, it happens. A lot of people, it happens. They make bad decisions. And he got caught, not for wrecking or anything, thank goodness. I don't know how messed up he was, but obviously enough. I don't know if he got pulled over for something else and they seen that, or if he got pulled over because he was swerving. I don't know. I can't remember. But he did definitely get pulled over, it seems like, and get a DUI. I think that's what it was. I could be wrong about that. That could be wrong. It could have been something else. But I don't think it was. I think that was it. I'd have to go back and, like, search for it and see. It was probably, like, 3 years ago, 4 years ago now. It might have been pre-pandemic. Might have been before that. It's funny how we've all used that as a bookmark. I'm pretty sure we've all used that. I know I have. As a bookmark to when things changed. Pre-pandemic, normal, life as, you know, somewhat normal, whatever you want to call normal. And then post-pandemic, not so normal, not so pleasant. And it doesn't have to be this way, man. Like, everybody fighting over nothing. In my mind, it just seems so simple to solve all these issues. And a lot of it's just because people got big mouths and they don't know when to shut up. You know, you want to do what you want to do, that's fine. Shut up and do it. We don't need to hear about it. And if we don't hear about it, ain't nobody going to care what you're doing. And if you ain't doing things that are offensive to the majority of the population, nobody's going to care what you do. Just do it quietly. Right? Linda has a channel called Earth Files. Great UFO type content with great interviews and stuff. Linda. Same here, really. Drunk driving can bring a bucket full of offs. My mother-in-law was killed by a drunk driver. Both the drivers involved were drunk. She was the only one sober and the only one to die. Ain't that usually how it goes, too? The ones that are slammed, screwed up drunk. It's something to do with being drunk itself and how they don't tense up and react the same as a sober person. And they have a lot higher chance of survivability. At least that's what I've heard and seen. Linda Moulton Howe. She's an older lady with, like, brunette hair, right? See, we got that stupid Mothman thing going on right now, and I'm wondering if there's not maybe some reputable people in town right now that I could possibly get in touch with. And I'm going to go down there tomorrow, maybe, and just kind of walk around and have my ear open and maybe go talk to Jeff that runs the museum down there and see if he knows about anybody being in town that's worth their salt. Earth Files. What? I had no idea they're removing the crackers. Big party foul is what I think. MRE crackers don't need to go nowhere. I mean, as of right now, They are the best, most efficient vessel for getting spreads into your mouth. I mean, you can beef up the nutrition on them. You can do all kinds of stuff. And unless they do something better bread-wise, then they don't need to get rid of the crackers. The wheat snack breads can suck on a big fat toe. I do not like the wheat snack breads. And I don't think most people like the wheat snack breads. They'll eat it, and I'll force myself to eat it, but I don't like it. I don't like the white wheat snack bread. I don't like the thinly sliced double snack bread. I will eat that before I would eat any of the other ones, just because it's really thin. It's just easier to consume. But taste-wise, man, it's like Play-Doh. It tastes like you're eating freaking Play-Doh. It's got this really weird, strange chemical twist of a flavor. I'm not a fan of it. Yeah, I had no idea that they were trying to remove the crackers in 2024. We need to protest this. Hang on, let me look up her channel. You said it was Earth Files. Is that what it's called? It's just called Earth Files. Okay, all right. You actually like the wheat snack bread? Well, good for you. I think it's gross. It's a personal opinion, but I think the consensus leans my way quite a bit. I think most people would pick crackers over a wheat snack bread any day. I don't think there's anything close to a 50-50 split on that one. Okay, Earth Files. Is it all one word? She's only got 284,000. I figured she'd have more than that. Yeah, there's like a bunch of old footage of her, right? Yeah, okay. That's who I thought it was. Her in the 90s on the cattle mutilations. Videos. She's posted 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, a month ago. So she posts about once a week. Sometimes once every 2 weeks, but still she's posting very consistently. Cool. I will check that out. I mean, I've seen her interviews. I'm sure she gets in on the Discovery Channel or History Channel stuff on occasion. If not, they're using part of her interviews on occasion, because I know I've seen her on there. But yeah, I've still got to finish my spaghetti. I got to heat it back up though. It's gonna go in the microwave. I don't know. There ain't no other way to heat it up. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up or down, y'all. Either way, appreciate it. Either way, if you don't like it, I'm fine with the thumbs down. I encourage any type of feedback and input. There's 24 people in here right now. If I could get half of you, which one? Okay, just one word. Bread, meaning wheat snack bread, or crackers. Which would you prefer? Wheat snack bread or crackers? I'm wondering what the consensus would be. I wonder if I could put a poll up right now. I wonder if that's something I can do. Huh. No, but I can save highlights? I didn't know I could do that. The whole cattle mutilation thing. That's her intro to the world of the strange and mysterious. She started as a regular investigative journalist. Dude, the cattle mutilation stuff. Which, I mean, Skinwalker Ranch has had its, I guess, share of that. There's a video going around right now of this cow getting completely, like, deleted out of the middle of a field. It's just walking through there, or maybe it was like being like shoved through there by something, and then it's gone. It's crazy. The drink's sweet and tart. It's got a tarty, like, I wouldn't call it sour, but definitely got a tartness to it. Kind of like what you would expect out of a grape juice, like that dry, tarty type flavor. It's not bad for an artificial grape. Trust my knowledge on the crackers. Well, I mean, it's not really a knowledge thing. It's more of a personal opinion. As far as the taste is so different. I mean, the wheat snack bread is way over here in right field, and the cracker is way over here in left field. They're not anything at all alike. Like they don't have any flavors in common, in my personal opinion. Wheat snack bread, again, my personal opinion, has like this like Play-Doh-y kind of chemical-ish type flavor, and it's also like the texture of it is very Play-Doh-like. Again, that's my personal assessment on that. And of course, the MRE cracker across the board, it's crunchy, it's light, it's not an intrusive flavor, so it doesn't take over when you put peanut butter on it. You're not tasting a whole bunch of cracker. When you put jelly on it, you're not tasting a whole bunch of cracker. You're tasting the jelly, which is what I really like about it. Is it's nice. It's an addition of crunch. So yeah, I crackers all day long. So I don't know what they're going to do if they do away with the crackers. Like they better have something. They better have the Australian white bread ready, like, to kick in and just take the place. Because if they did something like that, if they put the Australian white bread, you'd see one extremely happy camper. If that was in 14 out of the 24 menus and I got 14 pieces of bread out of getting 2 cases, I'd be happy. Oh, I'd be happy. But if I'm going to be stuck with just the wheat snack breads and the white wheat snack breads, I'm going to be a very unhappy camper. I'm gonna say that I'm glad I have a stockpile of crackers. I have an MRE box. You know, what is it? Like it's like a little over 2 feet long by like 14, 15 inches tall by like a foot wide. I have an MRE box with them stacked, just like playing cards. Got them stacked, stood straight up like this, all the way down through there, double rows, completely full of crackers. It probably weighs, I don't know, it probably weighs about what an MRE case should weigh, because of all that aluminum and packaging in there. I mean, it just kind of, they don't set super flat. You know, there's still, each one's taking up a little bit of space, you know. A small house with wheat snack bread. well, maybe a small house, like like for a hamster or something. Your aunt. What? That was a visit with Biden. That's funny. He may as well be an alien. He doesn't know where he's at half the time. If he's in this world or outer space. He may as well be in outer space. He ain't doing us no good. He's doing, well, the opposite. Whoops. Mostly Madonna. Oh, yeah. Betty and Barney Hill. Because they're from West Virginia, LC. I've known about Betty and Barney Hill for as long as I've been into this stuff, probably. I mean, I've probably known about them since probably 2010 or something like that. It was probably the first time I kind of really listened to their recordings of, which that was, I want to say that was like a couple months after. It might have been 2 years later. It was a good amount of time after it happened. They put them under hypnosis, and that's what they got on them tapes as their confession of what happened that night, which is absolutely crazy. And then she had the dress that had like the, I think it had burn marks on it, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I've looked at that or seen it. Oh, have you guys seen the stuff that's going on? I think is it Peru? I think it's in the Peruvian jungle. I can't remember if it's Peru. It's going on somewhere over there in that general direction. Have you seen where this has been going on for months now. They've been reporting that they've been getting harassed, attacked nightly by these things that look like the Green Goblin. The Green Goblin from Spider-Man. Have you guys seen this? It's absolutely bonkers. They've got a couple pictures and a couple like really grainy videos, which I'm going to assume maybe their smartphones really suck. They've just got really outdated or really cheap smartphones and their cameras suck. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. But they've tried to call in the government. They called in the police. They've had other, what was it? I think it was the police, like, they discounted it and they said that it was gold miners flying around on jetpacks is what they freaking said. And they're like, the police never even came out here to check. They just literally made that up and said it. Like, they never even actually came here. And then now there's videos of those people that live out there in the middle of the jungle in these towns, like the little towns in the middle of the jungle. It takes like 10 hours to get there. And they're a bunch of kids and parents and stuff lined up on a wall in front of like the school or something like that. And they've got these signs made that have things written out like, we need help. We need someone to come and help us with this. One little girl, they kidnapped her and cut her throat. She survived. But, man, it's bonkers, man. They're angry. I don't think it's because of the wheat snack bread. Man, I don't know. I feel like if it was guys in costumes, they would have already caught one of them or something. Like, they're not just going to be afraid of a guy in a costume. They're going to figure that out pretty quick. And there's tons and tons of these people in this little, I mean, there's a few hundred of them at least, and they're all out dealing with this at night. I've seen videos of it. Why would they not just go and snatch one of these things up and take it? Like, they hover 3 feet off the ground or something like that, they said, and then, like, it's this whole thing. And the picture of it that I saw, it kind of did look like the Green Goblin kind of setup. It's kind of weird. I don't know if you guys have seen or heard anything about this, because here's another what I find to be strange about it is the media silence. They're not talking about it. And it legit is a problem, and it has been. And like I said, this has been going on 2 or 3 months now. I think it's Peru. I think it's Peru. Peru's flying aliens or gold miners. That's what they tried to say, that this gold miners with jetpacks. Now, let's be honest. How much could you get a jetpack for? What's the cheapest you think you could get one right now? A good one. 200,000, like going rate for a jetpack, and then have the ability to fly it as well, and multiple people being able to fly these jetpacks. Say that's people. dressed up in weird green costumes. They also glow green. So it is in Peru. Flying alien fear grips Peru as search for UFO reaches U.S. Congress. This live stream recording is not available. Peru alien attack news live. Reports of 7 foot tall. So supposedly they're 7 foot tall as well. Is Peru under alien attack? Here's what officials say. Residents claim 7 foot tall aliens attacked them in Peru, but officials suspect gold mining crime syndicate with jetpacks and costumes. I mean, I don't like, they, both explanations sound highly unlikely, right? But something's happening, something's going on, and these people are freaking out. I don't even really know what to think about it. My logical mind says, like, both of those explanations are wrong. But I don't know if you've ever heard. So there was a fellow that was working with the. He was a Marine, I believe, but he was working with the Special Forces, and they were going down inside of a like a cave system or something. There was a man basket that lowered them down, or an elevator or something. So they get down in there, and they encounter these beings of some kind. And when they do, like, they're hostile. And this one, he said he, like, waved his hand across his chest like this. And I want to say he said, like, it was like a laser that shot out of him. It cut all 3 of his fingers off right here, where he was trying to block it, like this or something. And it filleted him out. He said that it filleted him open like a fish. And he's got a scar from right here all the way down to his belly button. And he said when that happened, that it blew his toenails off, like he was electrocuted. And I think he blew his shoes off, blew his toenails off, and I think it, on his left foot, I think he lost his lower left leg. I think it was his left leg. I don't know, but his testimonial is, it's shocking. And the Special Forces guy that was right next to him saved his life, because after that happened to him, he shoved him over onto the man basket or whatever it was and hit the button, and then died right after that. Got killed by that thing, supposedly. I can't remember that fella's name. Hang on, I'll tell you guys what his name is so you can look it up and hear his testimonial. Like, is he full of it? I don't know, man. Somebody with that much damage, I just couldn't envision him lying about that, but I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible. Let me see if I got him. Got him on here. I think I saved it. Maybe I didn't. Nope. I guess I didn't. I'm sure you could Google it and find it. But anyways, I want to finish my dinner, and I got a mess to clean up as well. So next week, I plan on doing 4 different types of hot dogs, one being like a West Virginia, and then doing LC suggestions, having a couple like her kids like them, and I think I want to do the couple like her kids like them, and then the West Virginia one, and then I might just do one the way I like it. Might be my plan of attack on that. Before we go, I do have a box here that I can open that I've had for a few days. I way overpaid for this. Paid about $50 to $60 more than what I think it's worth. Prices have went up on everything though. This box is way too big for what they packed in it as well. Box got crushed, as you can see. It's crushed on this side right here. Okay. Oosh, it's got a big old dent in it. Anyways, I finally got a World War II era. That sounds good. NBCAT, so probably Nabisco. 8 of 42. 842. It's got a pretty decent dent in it right there, though. It's missing the key as well. Which is fine, I got plenty of keys. But yeah, I definitely overpaid for this stupid thing. I need a couple K rations in a bad way. Like, that is what I really want to get my hands on. Man, I hope that ain't all the way through the can. Dang, I can't pop that out. Anyway. Got the can here. 2.5 ounces of biscuits, 1 ounce of confection, 1/2 ounce of sugar, and 0.2 ounces of soluble coffee. And that's what you're hearing, is the little can of coffee in there. Missed out on 2 cans night before last. Made me sick. Alright. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for showing up, spending your time with me on a Saturday, as you have. It's much appreciated. Yeah. So the meal was pretty awesome tonight. Dang it. I meant to pack boxes. Just now thought about it. I looked at something that reminded me. Something over there, I don't even know what I saw that reminded me. Anyway, I've got to get that done. Alright, guys. Thanks to my patrons. Thank you guys so much. And thank you guys again for hanging out. And I guess all I got left to do now is say thank you guys for watching. And I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Later. What? Try this again. Later.